are here to revise the complete chapter vector algebra in a fast track manner with the help of mind maps. So in this series we are going to revise all the chapter of mathematics for your upcoming JEE exam in a fast track manners, and I'll be giving you mind maps also. The link of the PDF you can find in the description box. Okay. Alright, so without wasting any time, let's get straight to the definition of vector algebra, guys. Definition of vector quantity, guys. So vector quantity in physics also you have studied a little bit, okay? So you must have heard already that the definition of vectors is a quantity which has magnitude as well as direction. Yes, that is absolutely true, but you have to be careful that vector quantity is having magnitude as well as direction. Along with that, it should obey your laws of algebra, vector laws of algebra as well. For example, suppose current is already having direction, it is already having magnitude, but it is not following vectors laws of algebra. Why? Because see, if you see how does current gets added, 2 ampere, 3 ampere, 5 ampere, just basic mathematics, right? But it does not obey vector law of algebra. Current is not at all a vector quantity, okay? Just to be very clear in the beginning itself. Now what are the example of vector quantity? Very basic: velocity, acceleration and displacement. A few vector quantities which you have already dealt with in your physics classes, okay? Now let us talk about two very important definitions, which is zero vector and unit vector, okay? What is a zero vector? Zero vector is a vector with zero magnitude but with any direction. Now sometimes students get confused that zero vector will not have any direction. It will have a direction, but it can be any direction. I mean, saying that zero vector is having no direction, it is absolutely wrong. That's what I just wanted to convey. Now, what is a unit vector? Unit vector is very important when it comes to your JEE main. There might be instances where you have to calculate unit vector. What is a unit vector? So unit vector in the direction of C vector will be C cap. Cap means the magnitude is 1. So basically unit vector means magnitude of that vector should be 1. Okay. So C cap is a unit vector which is equals to C vector upon magnitude of C. Okay. So these are the two definitions which you have to keep in mind. Now the third thing which comes into the picture is collinear vectors. Now you will see a lot of questions from this topic, so be careful, be attentive. Collinear vectors, or you can also call it as parallel vectors, can be categorized into two categories. First one is like vectors. As you can see, like vector means both will point towards same direction. So like vectors, same direction. The angle between like vectors is 0 degree. On the other hand, unlike vectors. Unlike vectors will have opposite direction. One is going towards this direction, other will go towards opposite direction. So it will create 180 degree as the angle between them. And if you talk about how to write, now this is something which is really important. A vector is equals to scalar times B vector. This is how you represent collinear vectors. If your K is positive, okay, that means both A and B will be like vectors. If your K is negative, unlike vector. If your K is 0, not at all collinear vectors, non-parallel vectors. And also, although we have not studied about cross product, but whenever two vectors are collinear, either like or unlike, the cross product between them will be 0, because the moment angle between any two vectors becomes 0 degree or 180 degree, the cross product becomes a big fat 0. Please keep that in mind. Okay. Alright, what about the next thing? Now it is a dot product. What is a dot product? Dot product also can be called as a scalar product, just scalar product. Now dot product will be between two different vectors, A dot B. Now dot product will give you a scalar quantity, just a scalar quantity. Just like A dot B can be 3, can be 4. A dot B cannot be a vector quantity. So A dot B, the formula says magnitude of A, magnitude of B, cos theta. A, B both are scalar and cos theta also. Now A dot B, magnitude of A and B both will be positive always. What about this cos theta? Can this be positive? Yes. Can this be negative? Yes. Can this be 0? Yes. So So now if I talk about this cos theta, let us understand when the cos theta will be positive or negative or 0. Okay. So if I talk about A dot B, A dot B will be positive when cos theta will be positive. Now cos theta will be positive when angle between them is acute angle. What does that imply? That means your A dot B will become positive if at all somebody is giving you A dot B is equals to 3. That simply means that your cos theta must have been positive. That simply implies that your theta must be acute. So whenever you see A dot B positive, directly think about that your angle is lying between 0 degree close to pi by 2 open. But ma'am, what happens when A dot B becomes minus 3 or minus 2? When A dot B is negative, that means your cos theta must have been negative. Theta lies in second quadrant, that means your angle is obtuse. A dot B negative means angle is obtuse, pi by 2 open to pi close. Now, if A dot B is negative, simply implies that either of A or B is a 0 vector. That is one of the cases, right? So, A dot B is equals to 0 means either A vector or B vector is a 0 vector, and if not, if they are not a 0 vector, then cos theta must have been 0. Cos theta becomes 0 when theta becomes pi by 2. So A dot B 0 when theta becomes pi by 2. Again, a very important approach to see that. Now, two more important things we should understand while talking about dot product. One is projection, very important. So many PYQs on projection we have already seen in past couple of years. Projection. For projection, you have to have two different vectors. Okay, so two different vectors. First vector on which you are taking the projection, that means this you will call it as a background screen. A vector over here is a background scene. So you are taking projection on A vector. Now the second vector you need is of which projection you are taking. That means B vector. So you are taking projection of B vector on A vector. So that is going to become equal to dot product between A and B upon magnitude of your background screen. That means magnitude of. So here projection of B on A. So on A, on which vector you are taking the projection, ma'am? A. So that is why magnitude of A will be in the background, or you can call it as a denominator. That's how you can remember it. Okay. So this is what about projection is. Okay. Now theorem in plane. What is a theorem in plane? Suppose, so theorem in plane is a very basic thing. Suppose you say that there are two vectors in a plane. Okay. Two vectors are in plane. Random. Two vectors are in plane. Okay. So two vectors are in plane. Now you can write a third vector which lies in plane of these two vectors. The third vector, which is coplanar with these two vectors, can be written down as R vector is equals to xa plus yb. X and y are scalar. Now understand, let me read the statement one more time. A and B are two non-zero, non-collinear vectors. Then any vector R coplanar with A and B. R should be coplanar with A and B. That means suppose A and B are right here. Third vector should be in plane of A and B. Third vector can be represented in terms of the given two vectors xa plus yb. X and y are scalar. Okay. So theorem in plane, a lot of questions from here also asked, and I have seen that the question itself starts. This vector lies in plane of two given vectors. The very statement says that. So understand, this is a statement of theorem in plane. Majority of the students miss this out and not able to understand, oh, this is actually theorem in plane. So this is most like skipped property skipped by students, not by NTA. So it is asked by NTA, skipped by students. So remember, it is not that difficult. Okay. And now let us come back to our very own cross product. A cross B. Now this is also known as vector product, because the result of a cross product is what? A vector quantity. So cross product A cross B is AB sin theta n cap. Now AB sin theta, again, if this is a scalar quantity, this n cap. What is n cap? So suppose you are having two vectors A and B, and now A and B. Now A cross B is a vector perpendicular to A and B both. Okay. So A cross B is that vector which is perpendicular to A and B both. So a vector perpendicular to 2, very important, huh? Very important. So many of students not able to think like this. So in the question itself, in a JEE main question, I will show you, okay, well, problem solving session we will do. A vector perpendicular to two given vectors. Find out A cross B and tell this is the vector which is perpendicular to A cross B. So A cross B is that vector which is perpendicular to A and B both, plus minus lambda, because you don't know about magnitude, you don't know about direction. So for generalizing it, take plus minus lambda. Okay. Cross product, and now cross product geometrical application. Let me give you, suppose you are having a triangle. So area of triangle can be given by cross product. How? Let me show you. Suppose you have a triangle ABC. Okay. So ABC, 3 vertices. Now you have 2 sides of that triangle. 2 sides. Understand? I'm not talking about the vertices. I'm talking about the proper sides. Suppose if you have sides of two sides of a triangle, then half AB cross AC, cross product of sides of triangle, take magnitude and divide by 2, you will get what? Area of triangle. Now this is something which I absolutely avoid, but you should be remembering it, that if not you are having sides of a triangle, then you might be having vertices of a triangle. Then what you can do? Will you be able to apply this formula? Yes. But will I recommend that? No. Big no, because 3 cross product will be gone. So what to do, ma'am? If I have vertices, if I have formula also, then also you are saying no. Yes. If you have vertices, then what you can do using 3 vertices, can you not find 2 sides? 2 sides by, what do we call? क्या बोलते हैं? P से कुछ बोलते हैं ना? We call something from P. Position vector. Position vector. So using position vector, if you have A coordinate, B coordinate, can you find AB vector? Can you find AC vector? Yes. So you can find 2 vectors, find it and then apply this formula only. Or also there we have a formula related to vertices which you can see, half A cross B, D cross C, C cross A, easy to remember, but I will advise you that you remember it but avoid it. Use only this formula. It is like calculation friendly. This will mess up your calculations. Okay. Alright. Okay. Now area of parallelogram. Just like your area of triangle, it is having half. You have area of parallelogram as well. This is your parallelogram. AB is one side and AC is another side. Suppose you are given with 2 adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Just write magnitude of A cross B. Magnitude of cross product of 2 adjacent sides, and you are done, bro. You are done. Okay. And the next thing is Lagrange's identity. Now I cannot stress upon this. There have been few instances where within 5 seconds, just by this we have solved JEE Main P by Q. Understand? Lagrange's identity says very easy. It might look a little bit scary, but let me tell you. Magnitude of cross product square plus dot product square, or you can simply call it as cross product square plus dot product square. So see, cross product square plus, because on the right hand side it will plus. So cross product square plus dot product square is equals to AB whole square, where AB is A and B is magnitude of A and B. That's it. Cross product square plus dot product square is nothing but magnitude of A into magnitude of B whole square. Just by that. So they give you in the question itself that they will give you magnitude of A, they will give you magnitude of B, they will give you A cross B, and they will ask you A dot B. It is so simple, direct formula based. Within 5 seconds you can calculate this answer. And the next thing is, which is deleted from JEE Main syllabus in 2024. In 2023 December they have shared the updated syllabus, but in 2024 January attempt, in April attempt also, they have given question which were based on scalar triple product. And if you do not study, the question will take a lot of time to get solved. Scalar triple product properties and scalar triple product will make it more easier. What is a scalar triple product? Scalar triple product means that is by the way a scalar quantity A dot B cross C. It is also denoted by box ABC. Now understand that two properties which are extremely important in scalar triple product is, number one is condition of three vectors of becoming coplanar. If three vectors are coplanar, then A dot B cross C becomes 0. This is very important, condition of coplanarity, A dot B cross C. Okay, so although it is deleted, but understand that dot product is not deleted, cross is not deleted. So they will be like, okay, let's not call it scalar triple product, let's not call it ATP, but A dot B cross C is still in the syllabus. So that is why you have to study condition of coplanarity, that take cross product of 2 and take dot with the third one, you will get 0. This is the condition, right? And also, let's not forget the position of dot and cross can be interchanged. So in case A dot, this is also a property which will be useful in your JEE main questions. Suppose A dot B cross C is given. Okay, not given. Actually, suppose you're talking about A dot B cross C and in the question A cross C is mentioned. Then you'll be like, A dot B cross C, I have to figure out, but in the question A cross C is mentioned, ma'am, what to do? So understand now, dot you can interchange. So this dot will be here, cross will be here. So A cross B dot C, like that. Okay, A cross C dot B. Okay, so A cross B dot C, like that. You can just interchange it, play with it, so that you get what is asked in the question. This is your one more important property, which don't worry, we'll look into it when we solve problems, when I take problem solving sessions, just like our obsession J. Okay, and here comes, can you see this? Linearly dependent, linearly independent, most of students gets confused in that, and I am here to make your confusion absolutely clear, guys. What is linearly dependent or independent? Now understand, dependent over here, when I talk about two vectors and A and B, if somebody is saying A and B are linearly dependent, that simply means that both the vectors are parallel vectors. That means A is equals to lambda B, just like that. And if they are not linearly dependent, what does that mean? That lambda will become 0. If lambda is coming out as 0, that means these two are not parallel. Okay, so linearly dependent when they both are parallel, linearly independent when both are not parallel. Now what about three vectors? If I talk about three vectors, then three vectors are said to be linearly dependent if they are coplanar, guys. See, if they are coplanar, see, can you see? Box ABC becomes 0, that means ABC are linearly dependent. And tell me, box ABC becomes 0 when the vectors are coplanar, lie in same plane. Coplanar, do you understand? Lie in same plane. Lie in same plane. Can you see? Can you see? 1, 2, 3. Lie in this board, in this plane, not in 3D. And linearly independent means box is not equals to 0. Non-coplanar vectors are linearly independent. With this thing, we are done with the complete revision, and now it's the time to solve and practice as much as possible. And also just have a look, this is page number, mind map number 1 of your vectors and mind map number 2 of your vectors. Page number 1, page number 2. Okay, so only within 2 pages I have just given you complete gist of vector algebra. Same thing we are going to follow in each and every chapter. Also don't forget to comment and like, so that otherwise I'll stop this. Otherwise I'll stop posting this. So do like and comment. At least comment that, ma'am, okay, I want this chapter next. Okay, and I'm listening to you. In the last lecture, you said vector and 3D, so I am doing it. So I just read comments and do that. So you also do your bit, right? So this is me, your Ninja Ma'am, signing off, and I'll see you all in the next video, which is going to be 3D. But after 3D, what do you want? You have to tell. Okay, bye-bye.